There are women in the Bible whose names echo across generations. And then there are women whose stories hide in the shadows. Women who save destinies, yet were almost forgotten. Today we uncover the untold story of Zipporah, the mysterious, courageous, often misunderstood wife of Moses. The woman who saved Israel before Israel even left Egypt. This is the untold story of Zipporah. Moses fled Egypt as a murderer. A prince turned outlaw, running from his past and guilt. He arrives in Midian, tired and humiliated. And at a well, he meets her, Zipporah, a shepherdess. Moses had lost everything. Bold, strong, unafraid to defend her sisters when men tried to intimidate them. Yet Zipporah showed him kindness, acceptance, and honor. She didn't know this dusty stranger would become Israel's great deliverer. but she welcomed him anyway. She was a Midianite, a foreigner, daughter of Jethro the priest. Their marriage joined two completely different worlds. Different cultures. Different customs. Different beliefs. Still, Zipporah adapted, loved Moses, followed him, and built a home with him. Before the burning bush, before the plagues, before the Red Sea, there was Zipporah, supporting Moses in the silent years when no one knew his name. But here is the part almost no one talks about. On their journey back to Egypt, after Moses' encounter with God, Scripture says God sought to kill Moses, the same man God had chosen. Why? Because Moses had disobeyed a covenant. He had not circumcised their son. And in that terrifying moment, when death hovered over her husband, it wasn't Moses who rose to act. It was Zipporah. With trembling hands, she circumcised their son and lifted the blood before God. Her swift, desperate obedience saved the life of the man who would save a nation. Before Moses could save Israel, Zipporah had to save Moses. She stepped into a spiritual battle she didn't fully understand, but she acted anyway. A woman covering her home when the chosen leader could not. Zipporah saved destiny. After this, she and Moses separated for a season, perhaps for safety. Perhaps because his calling demanded it. She lived much of his ministry in the background, invisible, unmentioned, unknown. But silence does not erase impact. Later, Zipporah reunited with Moses when her father brought her to the wilderness. A quiet reunion, but powerful. She returned not as a loud, attention-seeking figure, but as a steady pillar behind a man carrying a nation. Her role was not public or glamorous, but it was foundational. Some people shape history silently. Though often misunderstood or overlooked, Zipporah was pivotal. The woman behind the deliverer. The silent protector of destiny. The forgotten warrior in the shadows. This is the untold story of Zipporah.